adjusting my windshield phone holder thingy. So it suctions to the windshield and it kind of shakes a little bit. We've got bumpy roads here in Rhode Island. But I tried to like wedge something in between. I just wanted to see if I could record while I'm driving. So I'm just on my way to work. So I work for a market research company, and some grocery stores are now having a robot actually do the same job that I do. So it looks like my job could get taken over by a robot any day now. Been doing this job for about 5 years. It's pretty easy. It's kind of like a slave job, as Campy would say. But it gives me a chance to talk to people, and that's what I like. The thing that makes my job interesting is seeing the way things change. The products change, the seasons change, the people that work at the stores I go to change, the weather changes. I can see this thing shaking all over. No bueno. So my job is kind of like the big food companies want to know how the displays are set up at the grocery stores and other retail locations. So I go in and I scan things. It's pretty boring. Close the sunroof. Clear blue sky today though. Been pretty wiped out lately. Don't really sleep like a normal, like regular schedule sleeper. I kind of just sleep when I can. So I nap a lot. Oh my god, this is weird. A license plate that just says KATNAP drove by me, I swear. Can't make this shit up. KATNAP with a K. Gotta be kidding me. When you drive in Rhode Island, you swear a lot. Not right now though, I'm in a good area. Won't be swearing around here. I just fixed my fuel filter in my car. It turns out that you have to change your fuel filter every 30,000 miles. My mechanic found the original fuel filter in my car, and my car is 215 and 222 miles on it right now. And my fuel filter was like disgusting. So my car actually spent a lot of time up in Worcester, Massachusetts. The first 15 years of my car's life was spent in Worcester. Gotta say Worcester around here, because if you say Worcester, you'll get in trouble. And if you're from Boston, you're okay if you say Worcester. But around here, we say Worcester. So my car was all rusted and just all the parts were just disgusting. And I've had to have so much work done on my car, and my car was driving like shit for like 2 years. And then finally, I found what part of the bad driving was. Speed bump. That the fuel filter was all clogged, and so my car wasn't getting the right amount of gas. So the mechanic told me, speed bump, that I can now floor it on the highway. Around here you don't really want to drive on the highway. It's scary. Parking. This is where I always park. So I'll have to take a video of the robot. They're at Stop and Shops. If you want to research it online, it's called Marty, the grocery store robot. And he takes inventory, and he also looks at the floor. But I did work in a Stop and Shop a couple of times, and I saw the robot, and they pick up on just a little tiny thing on the floor, like a gum wrapper, and the robot stays in one spot and goes, alert, alert, customers, watch out, there's something on the floor. And then it also like pages over the loudspeaker, and it keeps paging until an employee like comes and pushes a button on it. And apparently the employees think it's a big waste of time. But before that, Stop and Shop actually had somebody checking the floor all day long. So trying to save manpower, but most people think the robot's pretty creepy. So I don't work at stores that have the robot usually. I wear a smartphone on my wrist. I use a handheld scanner. So about the being wiped out, it's just been pretty busy with going in a lot of different directions. My company asked me to work an extra store, so I said yes. And then my significant other might have had a heart attack, but we don't know yet. He's doing some testing. Medical appointments. Can't keep up. But I try to take things one day at a time, not get upset. So very little I can control in this world. I just kind of try to go with the flow. Gotta make that money a little bit. If I can find a way to do some art, I mean, I have a lot of people that inspire me that do some kind of art, and they find a way to make a living, and there's a difficult bridge between wanting to do art and making a living doing art. So I mean, that would be ideal for me. The thing that I like to do is actually make art with plants. So I've worked as a florist, and I've also worked in a garden center for about 10 years. So like with all the experience that I have, I'd really like to open some greenhouses, and I actually drive by like empty greenhouses all the time that are just unused. I drive by empty land all the time, unused. And I also drive by a lot of people that have signs that say that they're begging, they need a job, they need money, they need help. And you know, like I have just a basic plan that if I could obtain the land and the greenhouses that I need, I could start up a program where if people wanted to work for their food, we could start a lot more local growing. I know there are like community gardens, but it's not exactly the same thing. Like I'd like to make it kind of more of like a therapy program and more of like maybe a bridge back to working, because I see a lot of people that just don't have opportunity. And most people want to eat good food. I don't think everybody wants to eat crappy food all day. I think that people are happy to eat good food. And so like if I could provide good food to people, make people happy that way, then that would be rewarding. You know, I want to get living off grid eventually if I can. There's still time. Anyway, one day at a time. So for now, I'm gonna go into work and I will sign off and say goodbye. See you later.